All right. Well, thank you everyone for being here today for today's exciting announcement. I'd like to first start by acknowledging that we're on the lands traditionally occupied by Indigenous peoples who continue to care for this land, who continue to shape Ontario today, and I'd like to acknowledge and show my respect. Hundreds of years after the first treaties were signed, they are still very much relevant today. So I'm David Piccini, local member of Provincial Parliament for Northumberland, Peterborough South, and I'm really excited to join all of you today. I'd like to thank the great team from Enbridge for being here today. I'd like to acknowledge my colleague, Minister Todd Smith, who's with me here today, and you're wondering why. We're joined by Warden Crate. We're also joined by Mayor Latchford, who's been a champion for the people here in Alnwick-Haldimand. And again, this wouldn't be possible without the remarkable partnership with Enbridge. So thank you for all that you continue to do for our communities. Why are we here? Well, we're here because I recall it like it was yesterday when I was campaigning in the election and people wanted affordable natural gas. We made a commitment as a government that beyond the cities, beyond the GTHA, there are Ontarians who get up every day, working mums and dads, farmers, community members, who deserve and need access to reliable energy, to natural gas. And they wanted that expansion because I often say the backbone of Ontario is rural Ontario, are our farming communities, are the great people who make up Alnwick-Haldimand, Northumberland County. And so when we got elected and as a government have worked tirelessly to expand and make life more affordable for Ontarians and expand natural gas, critical infrastructure projects like broadband expansion that we've brought to this community, important healthcare investments, but critical to all of that. You hear the noise in the background of construction, our strategy for more homes, affordable housing, but we know that affordable housing and home ownership is dependent on things like natural gas. So I'm proud to be joined by my colleague, Ontario's Minister of Energy, Todd Smith. No stranger to this file. In fact, we connected many moons ago when he was critic on this file, advocating for rural Ontario, and we said we've got to bring natural gas to rural Ontario. Well, I'm pleased to say that today, major step forward, and we're doing just that. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Minister Todd Smith. Thank you for joining us today, Minister. Welcome to beautiful Grafton.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Or should I say Minister Piccini. Great to be here with my good colleague and just a great guy and one of the hardest working members of our caucus at Queen's Park, and that's why he recently got the promotion to be our Minister of Environment, Conservation and Parks. I'm the Minister of Energy, he's the Minister of Environment. We're going to nail that down. But it is really great to be here in the Grafton area on Haldimand Shores, and it's great to see people working, isn't it? It's just fantastic, and I know everybody is really, really excited about moving into stage 2 of our reopening plan next week as well. Nobody more than David, because look at those locks that he's got flowing. It's about time he got a haircut. He looks great. I actually looked sort of like that a year ago, and my wife said, no more of this. And so I shaved my own head the other day, and I've been doing that throughout the pandemic. But a lot of us are looking forward to getting things back to normal and getting back to business as normal, and it's just great to be here with you in Grafton today, and it's great to be here with Mayor Latchford, and it's great to be here with Warden Crate as well. Thanks for inviting me in, and of course Cynthia Hanson from Enbridge, and we go back to my critic days, but it's good to get reacquainted with Cynthia again now as the new Minister of Energy for the province of Ontario. Folks, I am thrilled to be here in Alnwick-Haldimand, although I did a roundabout route to get here. It's amazing, you know, technology works fantastic, and we've all had to rely on technology over the last year and a half, but as I was driving here, I had the address punched into my Waze on my phone, and then my phone decided to reboot. So I've sort of spun around the neighborhood here a few times before landing in the right spot, but anyway, it is great to finally be here. It's great to be in Alnwick-Haldimand. It's great to be here. Alnwick-Haldimand. It's great to be here with my colleague, the Minister of Environment, Conservation and Parks, and our local municipal officials, and the folks from Enbridge as well. And there's more than just Cynthia here. JB is here as well, and Brad's here too. So We are really excited about delivering on this promise to make life more affordable for families, for farms, and for businesses right here in the Grafton area, but right across Ontario. We're expanding access to natural gas. We're putting money back into people's pockets, which is really important. We are committed to reliable, affordable, and sustainable energy in the province. The savings are going to be big with this project. The average household can save up to $1,500 per year in energy costs by switching to natural gas from some costlier fuel sources. And businesses are expected to save, get this, up to 30% on their energy bill. And as we look to recover from this pandemic, it's going to be those types of inputs which are really, really important to make sure that we're competitive and able to get back on our feet from a business perspective. The best part of this plan really is that it's funded by existing natural gas customers, existing natural gas ratepayers, and not taxpayers, which is fantastic. The natural gas expansion program is financed through a $1 per month charge that's included on the bills of current natural gas customers. And this makes our government's approach to gas expansion predictable and sustainable as well. But I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that Phase 2 was the hard work of my predecessors, the previous Minister of Energy, Greg Rickford, and the Associate Minister of Energy, Bill Walker. Two great colleagues that we've had the opportunity to work with for the last 3 years, and in Bill's case, I've worked with them for 10 now. And the leadership that they provided for this natural gas expansion program that we're talking about here today is because of their good work. So thanks to both of them for laying the groundwork for this announcement. Having access to natural gas will be a boon for small and remote communities right across Ontario. It's going to make life more affordable. It's going to lower the cost of living. It's going to allow businesses to reinvest in our communities and in our economy. Expanding natural gas is also going to make communities more attractive for job creation, bringing prosperity and ensuring Ontario remains open for business. So this is Phase 2 of the natural gas expansion program. Phase 2 involves 28 different projects in 43 communities in rural and remote and northern and Indigenous communities across Ontario. Our program is going to connect customers across the province who wouldn't otherwise be able to connect to the natural gas distribution system. Construction projects for Phase 2 will begin as soon as this year, and with all 28 expansion projects expected to be underway by the end of 2025. The project that we're talking about here today at Haldimand Shores in Grafton that we're celebrating will receive over $2.8 million in Phase 2 funding, and that's going to help connect over 100 customers. Some of them haven't moved in yet. 109 new customers, as a matter of fact, to natural gas in this community. So I don't think anybody would be surprised to hear that our plan is openly supported by the private sector. The Ontario Chamber of Commerce, whose president and CEO Rocco Rossi said the expansion of natural gas ensures businesses can continue operating throughout the economic recovery and beyond. The Ontario Greenhouse Vegetable Growers, whose members are excited about our Phase 2 expansion, advising that it will ensure increased accessibility for rural communities and potential greenhouse development. I know they're really excited about the project in the Grimsby area that was announced in Phase 2. And the Ontario Federation of Agriculture, whose president Peggy Breckfeld said natural gas access is vital to farms and rural businesses, providing reliable, affordable energy options with the potential to drastically boost businesses' opportunities by significantly lowering energy costs. And we agree with Peggy. Folks, natural gas means more growth opportunities. Our government's efforts to spur this kind of growth are more important now than ever before in order to support Ontario's post-COVID economic recovery, and we're excited to build on the success stories from our government's Phase 1 expansion program because we know that many communities would never be able to afford the upfront costs on their own. And finally, I want to congratulate the people living in the community of Alnwick-Haldimand who will benefit from this natural gas expansion. Affordable heating is coming your way. It's families, farms, and businesses right across Ontario that are going to benefit from this expansion. In this area, clearly, it's going to be families that are benefiting. Our biggest project is in the Hamilton area. It's going to create thousands of jobs in the Hamilton area, and as I mentioned, the Grimsby area, we're going to see new developments there with affordable energy in the greenhouse sector in particular. So thanks everyone for having me here today, and I'll pass it back over to Mr. Piccini.
Thank you very much. Minister, this is exciting. I'd like to invite Warden Crate up to the podium.
Thanks, David. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Northumberland County Council, it's a pleasure to be here in the beautiful township of Elmer-Calderman, and I thank Mayor Latchford for hosting us all. Minister Smith, we are proud to welcome you to Northumberland County today. We appreciate you made the journey to help us with this announcement. I'd also like to thank our MPP for Northumberland Peterborough South, David Piccini, for coordinating this event so that we could share this wonderful news, and for his ongoing efforts in support of our community. I'd also like to take this opportunity to congratulate David on his recent appointment as Minister of the Environment, Conservation and Parks. Northumberland County Council and staff look forward to future opportunities to work together with you on projects, and which we're doing at the present, both as your role as our MPP and with your new portfolio. In order to grow the economy of rural communities, our families, farms and businesses need access to gas, natural gas. Alternative sources of fuel can be more expensive, increasing the costs to rural families for heating their homes, making it more difficult for our farms and businesses to be competitive. In fact, the Ontario Federation of Agriculture estimates that access to natural gas could save Ontario's rural residents, businesses and farms upwards of $1 billion annually. We are therefore pleased that the province is making further investments in the natural gas expansion program, working with distribution companies to expand infrastructure for this reliable, affordable source of energy for our rural customers. Energy is one of the largest costs for rural homes, farms and businesses. The project announced today, Enbridge Gas expanding natural gas connections here in Haldimand Shores, will help lower energy costs for over 100 potential customers. Thanks to the important investment from the province, this expansion will improve affordability for area residents and increase economic opportunity for business. As our community pursues economic recovery and renewal from the COVID-19 pandemic, this welcome news reflects one more measure that will propel us forward. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Warden Crate. This is really great for rural Ontario. I'd now like to invite up Mayor Latchford.
Thank you, David. I'm pleased to be here today. I've had 4 kids. I can yell over those saws. Elmer-Calderman Township is very pleased to have been chosen as one of the 28 successful applications out of 43 on Ontario to receive the funding from the Provincial Natural Gas Expansion Program. 109 homes and businesses in Grafton have the ability to connect and considerably reduce their costs of energy. An extended natural gas line will benefit and promote economic development in our rural community while allowing savings and easier financial competition for farmers and businesses within Elmer-Calderman and Northumberland County. I want to thank David Piccini, MPP for Northumberland Peterborough South, and Todd Smith, Ministry of Energy, for bringing this most welcome news to Elmer-Calderman Township. David works very hard for our riding on many projects, and also I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you on your new position. It is a pleasure we have the opportunity to meet Minister Todd Smith. Welcome to Grafton, and thank you for coming today.
Thank you, Mayor.
Warden Crate, thank you for attending and showing your support as well, as I know how you like to see each rural municipality within Northumberland County succeed. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Enbridge Gas and thank Cynthia Hanson. Here you are, Cynthia. Executive Vice President and President, Gas Distribution and Storage, Enbridge Incorporated, for attending today. Enbridge Gas has been an excellent corporate business and provider of service within Elmer-Calderman. I'd like to add very much we have appreciated the generosity of Enbridge in the past to our community and want you to know your Enbridge staff are very well respected in this area. Thank you MPP Piccini, Minister Smith, Ms. Hanson, Warden Craig from Almwick Haldeman Council and staff. We're very pleased to be receiving 2.8+ million. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mayor Latchford. I think it's really important to note what a strong advocate Mayor Latchford's been for this community, always putting the needs of these residents first and foremost on my plate, and then subsequently I put it on yours. And this is what this is all about, advocating for the people we represent. So thank you for the excellent work. I'd now like to invite up Enbridge. Cynthia Hanson, it was so nice to meet you earlier and to talk. I think there's a lot of work we can do on the environment file, building a more sustainable future, and that's what this is in part about today as well, in addition to supporting these many residents. So thank you, Enbridge, for being such a great community partner, advocate, and a sustainable partner for the future. Cynthia, over to you.
Well, thank you so much. I am so pleased to be here with you all today. Thank you, MPP Piccini, Minister Smith, Mayor Latchford, and Warden Craig. I am very excited to be here to celebrate this news in this great area of Haldeman Shores and in the township of Almwick and Haldeman. And it's fantastic that you were selected to be part of this natural gas expansion. So Enbridge Gas is going to be able to bring that much needed and wanted natural gas to, as was mentioned, over 100 different residences and businesses, providing, as was outlined by Minister Smith, significant energy savings while supporting jobs, attracting local investment, and supporting Ontario's growth and recovery. The homes that connect to natural gas can save up to 50% of their energy cost each year, and businesses can save up to 30%. And beyond those savings, we have unparalleled reliability. Natural gas offers a more sustainable choice for some customers that are switching from oil or propane for their home heating or water heating. And just again, a huge thank you to the Government of Ontario for its commitment to bring that affordable energy to more communities across Ontario. And these projects that have been selected under the Natural Gas Expansion Program would not have been economically feasible without this incredible support. For more than 170 years, Enbridge Gas has been delivering that energy that Ontarians need and want, and we're going to continue to do that with our commitment to serve and continue to grow with this incredible province. And we look forward to working with the Government of Ontario and the local communities to move forward with this project so that the residents on Hamilton Shores area can enjoy all that natural gas has to offer. Again, I want to thank you, Mayor, for your kind words regarding our team. I believe we have an incredible team, so thank you to my team who's here with us, and we'll be supporting you through this process. And thank you for everything, and now I'll pass it back to MPP, Mr. Piccini.
Thank you very much. And again, this is all levels of government here today, and again, in partnership with Enbridge for the people we serve in the province of Ontario. So any questions, or can you help answer, Valerie?
Yes, I wonder if I could ask the Minister, Smith, about Line 5. Since it supplies half of Ontario's crude oil and natural gas liquids, and of course Michigan has said it will not honor and has asked that it be shut down as of May. It hasn't gone to court yet, as far as I know, but that's in the offing. Will the government continue on with all of these projects that's earmarked and talked about in phase 2 today, with that hanging over?
Yeah, absolutely. We're committed to ensuring the future of Line 5. As a matter of fact, we had all-party support in the legislature, so even members of the New Democrats and the Liberals and the Green members voted in favor of supporting Line 5 and sending that message clearly to our politicians here at the federal level and also in the United States. I had an opportunity earlier this week to speak with the federal minister, Seamus O'Regan, albeit a brief introductory conversation, but I was sure that I raised the Line 5 issue with him. And would just echo the fact that he has committed to U.S. officials that the future of Line 5 and the continuation of Line 5 is non-negotiable. In other words, we have to have Line 5, not just for the benefit of energy customers here in Ontario and Quebec, but also many in the Midwestern United States and upper Midwestern United States that rely on that energy as well. So we're continuing to monitor the developments south of the border, but we feel like we're in a pretty good place, and that we will see Line 5 continue to supply much needed energy to the province of Ontario and Quebec.
There is a move on the environmental side of that whole issue of putting a new line underneath, and so they're requiring a far more comprehensive environment and timely, lengthy. Do you think that has any connection with what's going on here?
I see Cynthia's creeping up on me too, so she probably wants to add something to this, but that line has been in operation literally for decades safely, and we're confident that we'll continue to monitor the integrity of that line and future developments with that line. But Cynthia looked like she wanted to add something, so I felt you sneaking up on me there, Cynthia.
Yeah, so thank you so much for that, Minister. We have continued to work with both the Ontario government, other provincial governments, and the federal government to make sure that everyone understands how critically important Line 5 is to our ongoing operations and the economy here in Canada. And there is a process that is underway with court-appointed mediation that we're supporting. And when it comes to the tunnel, we actually, it was great news for us to hear that we were going to go through an environmental impact assessment process, because we believe that will provide increased clarity on the path forward for that tunnel. We are very committed to doing that tunnel to add even more safety when it comes to the operations of Line 5. As the Minister said, Line 5 is operating safely today. The organization, the federal government's organization in the US, PHMSA, that has the overall accountability, has certified a number of times that they have inspected the work that we've done, and it continues to operate safely. And we are committed to that and increasing that safety with the tunnel construction. I would just add that the product that is shipped through Line 5 is our liquids products. So the gas that comes for our natural gas expansion doesn't actually go through Line 5.
Thank you.
So hopefully that helps. Thank you so much for the question, though.
I do have another question, if I could ask it.
Sure.
And this would be again to the Minister specifically. Even though this is more at the federal level than the provincial level in terms of the fight, former Agriculture Minister Hardeman put out a press release asking that there be an exemption from carbon tax on natural gas, and of course MP Philip Lawrence has put that through in a bill. I'm wondering what your stand is on that.
Well, yeah, and perhaps the new Minister Piccini would like to comment on this too, since he is our Minister of Environment, Conservation and Parks, and I hate to put him on the spot because he's been on the job for 6 days, same as me actually, when it comes to the energy file. But clearly, our mandate is to ensure the most affordable, reliable, and safe energy system as possible in the province of Ontario. Yeah, there's a Justin Trudeau carbon tax that has appeared on bills over the last little while, and it's clearly mandated that it is a federal carbon tax that's there. We're seeing it at the pumps. It is costing us more, but maybe I can turn it to my colleague if he wants to pick up on that. But our goal is to have reliable, affordable, and sustainable energy in the province of Ontario, and
so
the fewer taxes, the better.
So that means that you would support MP Lawrence's bill?
I'll let David take.
Thank you.
Yes, we do, and I support my colleague, our member of Parliament, who's been a strong advocate for our rural community. This, I would add, had support across the House of Commons, and I think is reflective that more thought needs to go into this. And I'm just proud here in Ontario, while Minister Smith, I know, has served many years on this file in a critic role. It is truly 6 days on the job for me, but I will say that the plan here in Ontario to focus on expanding, building a more sustainable future, clean air, clean water, and a clean environment, is focused on a number of core tenets. I won't get into all of them, but I think that there's been important efforts made on that front. I think to the largest freshwater cleanup behind us of its kind, pollution probe, actually with ties. The CEO's mother lives in Coburg, so all roads lead to this community, and that is, they then take those microplastics, go upstream and target the source polluters, and that's really what this is all about. It's about real action, and that's what the government's done. Real action to clean our water, real action to expand our wetlands. 5 projects in the $6 million announcement with Ducks Unlimited are in this community alone. And so a clean, green future is our way forward, and that's what the Government of Ontario is going to do, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Valerie. And today's announcement is part of that, right? $2.8 million, moving people from, more expensive, but also less environmentally friendly fuel sources to clean natural gas. So it's going to save the money, and it's good for the environment too.